Hey everyone, welcome. Thank you so much for being here again today with me. It is Monday, March 20th, 2023, and I have started doing this messages to start your week. So we're looking at the energy cards to see what energy is surrounding all of us this week. And usually these messages are delivered to you with the hope that they are inspirational and supportive, and that the right energy is conveyed between all of us to allow us to have a good work week, right? So that's kind of what I was trying to do here with these, and so I'm here on my lunch break recording this now, and I would like to ask Spirit what energy is around us this week and what we need to know. What do we need to know regarding the energy around us this week, please? We get the card of victory. So there is a victory here this week that to me feels like someone's either closing a deal. There's that kind of energy. It's a I have been saying the end of a cycle for a lot of us. It's the end of a cycle, but it feels like something is moving in your direction regarding some sort of I'm hearing master plan or divine plan for your career. It does feel like a victory emotionally, mentally. It feels like maybe there could have been some sort of frustration with your job, or feeling left out in the cold somehow. But it feels like something is changing, something shifting in regards to, it feels like money, it feels like your salary, but it also feels like, it feels like you're kind of, the victory is like, I'm done settling, I've got to find something, or ask for some kind of raise, because I've been doing this job for a while and I'm still not really getting anywhere. It does feel like a time to rise up, and I think I said that in my message yesterday, but it feels like a time of rising up, coming into your full, your self-worth, your self-confidence, realizing that you have the ability to either find something new in an area that you have expertise in, or you could be going a total different direction and starting your new career with something else. It feels like, whatever the case is, it feels like you're pretty much done where you are. And again, these messages apply to all of us in different ways. So just so you know, these are collective messages. For some of you, you have no intention of leaving your job. That's perfectly fine. But what I'm saying is, what I'm feeling, this energy, surrounding this energy, is a completion. For some of you, it's rising up with that Empress energy to say, I will be treated the way and compensated how I should be treated, how I should have been treated, how I should have been compensated, because I am worthy of more. Some of you might go out and find another part-time job, and that leads into something else that takes you away from your current position. But it feels like there is a plan, because here's a strategy. It feels like some of you are planning something. You have a strategy. You're planning more along the lines of, how can I improve my money situation? How can I bring more money in? And I think some of you might be looking into what was a hobby in terms of finding, bringing in extra pay that way. That's what it feels like. Personally, if I could, I would work in a nursery all day, every day, and work around plants and flowers and those kinds of things, and have my painting my painting gear with me. Don't know that there is such a job like that, but I'll tell you what, painting makes my day. It just makes me happy. And so those are the types. So I feel like those energies, like however it pertains to you, you're ready to move into something that makes you feel good. It's no longer a situation of here comes the boss with a wheelbarrow more of new work, more work to add to your already I'm going to say bulging basket. So and it feels like it's more of a okay, but I am not doing this forever because I have self-respect is what I feel for a lot of us here today. So the energy for the work week, guys, it feels like you're on top. You have some kind of leverage. I was hearing severance too. Like some of you are going to sever from the company that you've been with for quite a while. I'm not saying it's the spur of the moment severance, like a separation, like the spur of the moment you quit, but I feel like it's right there in your mind, and I feel like your soul is trying to tell you this is not satisfying. It's just not doing it for you. It's time to find something else, and in the interim you may find a part-time job, a second job, to add to what your current salary is. So if you add to that, you feel a little better about your money situation. I did draw the attachment card, so it looks like the attachment to me feels more like the company you're with, working for, or your manager, somebody's attached to you. It feels like you do way more than you would normally be expected to do in another company. It feels like all this time, see how she's taking the mask off? She's looking at this mask, right? It's not her. It feels like somebody has been putting on a false mask, a brave face to say, yeah, sure, I'll do that. Of course I'll do that. You know, it's my job, whatever. My boss tells me to, I'll do it. But the money isn't there. And so it feels like your value, it feels like you are being devalued by somebody who doesn't see your worthiness. You see it. You've been working on yourself for a long time, and it does feel like you're not going to settle anymore. You don't want to settle. I don't blame you. I'm the same way. I want a position where I am making more money and I'm valued. If you're going to give me a lot of work, then pay me more, type of thing. That's what I feel with all of you. The Jesus card did pop out, Healer of the Ages. Okay. So it feels like it feels like someone's in a crisis. Maybe maybe it's your company that you work for, but somebody's in a crisis and you're not sure what to do. It feels like Christ-like energy, like you're going to kind of explode onto the scene with your newfound what's the word I'm looking for? Self-confidence and confidence within yourself, right? It does feel like you're going to kind of just be noticed by other prospective employers. Could be someone knows someone and they're going to refer you and they're going to say, hey, you know what? I think you'd be great here in this position. See, there's an action card here. So someone's taking action. I feel like it's you. I feel like you're going to take action and you're going to move on. For some of you, you have done this. It's in your past. Now you have moved on. You've traded in your old job for something new that you just had a hunch would be something more fulfilling for yourself. And as it turns out, it is. Or it's going to be. That's what it feels like. See, there's a woman holding a coin. It feels like this woman holding a coin is somebody that can give you valuable information And you can use her as a resource. It feels like, see how this cat, when I see it, I feel like 9 lives. I feel like you're reinventing yourself, or you are, you're really allowing how special you are, your specialties, your skills to come forward. Even though you're not going to be in this job, for some of you, you may not be in this job for very long. You want them to see you for who you really are. And so I feel like you're going to, what I see here is, in your current job, like a funnel cloud, and is picking up debris, and it feels like that's how, because I see papers, I feel like you are overwhelmed with your current job, so you can't just focus on one thing and showcase your skills, because you're always putting fires out. That's what it feels like. So it feels like you're going to slow down with that and just focus on a few things at a time, and realize that the job will get done, the work will get done, but you can't do a good job unless you focus, and you're able to focus more on 1 or 2 things, right, at a time instead of 5 or 6. It seems to be that's the way currently in the world, with the way corporate, if you're in corporate, it seems that way, or other types of jobs. It just seems like we don't have to pay as many people. We'll just pay this person because they need a job, and we'll just pile on the work. And if they leave, there's plenty of other candidates. That's kind of how it feels. But that's not aligning with your soul, with your spirit of who you are. You want to be able to come into work. You want to be able to, feel satisfied and fulfilled. Okay, I'm shuffling these cards, the Gateway Oracle cards, because I felt drawn to them this morning. Yeah, so here, got a couple. Right, okay. Launching your journey, the universe is orchestrating something for you, or has, and it's ready to bring forward something that is changing and is kind of putting a turn in your path. You may not have expected it, because it feels like this is a new path for something new that you want to do. You've been wanting to do it for a little while, but I think you've been thinking along the lines of, well, I don't know if I can leave my job because fill in the blanks. But it looks like this journey, you're setting forth into something new. It feels like new for you guys. It doesn't necessarily feel like promotion in your current job, though that could be offered to you when you tell somebody you're moving on. But this feels more like you're manifesting your dreams, like you're moving into something that makes you happy and satisfied. Okay, that's what you're trying to do here. And then it does feel like you're going to get some news or some kind of message from maybe your dreams, your intuitive, your inner voice. It could be maybe your guides are going to come through, a messenger is going to come through. It feels like there is a I don't know if it's a clarification, maybe clarification, confirmation on something that you know you've been needing to do for a while. You know that you've been wanting to move on, but you've kind of been trapped behind the gate because that's all you've known. But trust me, wherever you're going next, they're going to appreciate you. And it's because you've learned so much along the way. You've worked on yourself, you've grown, you've gained all this strength and knowledge and wisdom, and it does feel like when you graduate from one grade to the next when you're in school. That's what it feels like. You're graduating from one, you're ascending, and you've learned a lot. You've applied what you've learned to yourself, your inner workings, and it feels like because of that, there's no more you can do where you are to enhance your spiritual growth or physical growth. So it's time to move on, for sure. Okay. Let me just Okay. The high, what card picked us is the High Lord of Gratitude and Service, selflessness, humility, conscious action. So it looks like you have come a long way with in regards to humility, and you've taken a few hard knocks along the way. You've been disappointed. You've been, well, why was I passed over and that person got ahead? You know, what happened here? I don't understand. What happened was you weren't ready to move forward. And I feel like you weren't, for some of you, I feel like you weren't meant to stay in the job you're in. That's why you weren't, you know, offered promotion and things like that. I feel like it's kind of the universe's way of telling you, are you kidding? You're so much better than that. You deserve so much more. And it feels like you weren't appreciated. You were not noticed. But I also feel like you didn't allow that, and it feels guided almost. Like, don't set your roots here too long, because there's not a lot more you can do here. You need to be on your journey to something else, okay? It does feel like whatever journey this is, wherever you're going next, it's orchestrated by the universe. But I do feel that you will sort of pick up on that, and you'll know by your intuitive that this is a job I need to apply for. This is the one. So interesting that we got this Cosmos card, creativity and vastness. It feels like whatever you're moving into is more creative, like you have more creative input. It feels more like something you are creating, manifesting, but there's something huge about this. It's a huge change. It feels like the universe is saying, I've got you. This is what you wanted, but this is more along the lines of who you are. And it's like your creative genius is coming out. That's what it feels like. Because look, we got the Well Watcher card. Wisdom, power of the divine, wisdom. So the wisdom that you've been kind of soaking in or picking up in dreams, or maybe when you're meditating, or you're just getting downloads, whatever it is, the wisdom is there. The power of the divine is within you. It is time to be discerning, yes, but it is time to move on, okay? For some of you, I hope you're not too disappointed in hearing this. For a lot of you, I think this is like a welcome message, because it's like, I have been feeling kind of, my light has been dampened. I'm going to tell you, it's easy to allow yourself to go to that dark place and not feel appreciated, and it's sometimes a challenge not to, you know, go into that space of bad attitude. But here's the thing, the universe is, this is what I feel, the universe is kind of here saying, why would you be angry about a job that doesn't fit you? It's not you anymore. You've changed. It's time for you to move on. Why would you be angry about moving on? Maybe you would be if you were not noticed or recognized in pay or upgrade or whatever. But guess what? It's better to leave where you are in grace, not in anger, and not just because of that I'm moving on. No, it's not like that. It's more like I honor myself. I understand that some things I will never understand why, but it's just within the parameters of what you're supposed to be doing right now. So the universe is like, no, you've come too far to not be acknowledged, to not be accepted, to not be whatever. It's time to move on. Your skill, your wisdom, your grace, your whatever is needed someplace else now. It's time. So I feel like you're going to start seeing things come together in regards to a new I'm hearing placement, a new placement, being placed somewhere else. Maybe some of you are going through a job, like a agency or something. That's kind of what it feels like too. Like maybe they're gonna help you out, and maybe you might need training in some way, but maybe they're gonna help you out with that. So it feels like the end of the road for someone's career, okay? In that place, not career for good, but in that place where you are. I want to do some Archangel Michael cards because I was really drawn to those this morning, because really feeling his energy. And I feel like he is our big brother, kind of our protector. And so he cares about, that energy is here for us because it's a don't worry type of energy. Trust your inner guidance. Trust your inner guidance. And you see how everything is sort of black and white and the book is red? So to me, that seems like, it seems like maybe somebody didn't pay attention to red flags, or maybe there was some sort of warning that you weren't really wanting to hear about it because you were kind of secure in your job, weren't overly happy, but you were secure and you had a job, right? You have a job. But it feels like she wasn't. And it feels like this angel here, Archangel Michael, is saying to her, you're not paying attention to the book that you have in your hand. That book is kind of your script. You're in control of that. You are in charge of that. So the amount of time it takes for you to move on from where you are is somewhat in your control. And it's giving permission for yourself to move on and let go. We had an attachment card earlier here, and I feel like that kind of goes hand in hand with it. Yeah. Some of you, I feel like some of you write a lot, you journal a lot, and you may be even moving into an entrepreneurial thing where you guide people through situations, work situations, maybe even a spiritual guide. But it feels like, write about your thoughts and feelings. Some of you could even be writers, but it feels like this is about, yeah, to me, it feels like you may be going into some sort of field where you're or specialty where you're helping people get through, or maybe even, you might even be a contractor, a consultant to a company to come in and kind of inspire, encourage their employees or whatever like that. And it feels like Archangel Michael is saying, it has taken some time for this energy to get here, but it's here. And it doesn't mean you have to make a decision today and leave tomorrow. It means once you acknowledge and affirm to yourself, I know it's right for me to move on, then you start making those plans and you start moving forward. And before you know it, the universe is kind of pointing you in that direction, pointing that position in your direction. So it's kind of like one of those things where you move forward, but at a pace that is divine. That's what I feel. I love this card. So this is sort of the ending of this message, and how appropriate, a favorable outcome. Look at that, a favorable outcome, guys. And there's a prayer here. Thank you for the beautiful outcome to the situation, which is perfect and fair for everyone involved. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for helping me trust and have faith. See what I'm saying about leaving on a good note? Leaving in a favorable energy rather than unfavorable. You never want to go into a new job with leftover bad feelings. So it's important here to understand that it's time to embrace change and embrace whatever movement is coming in for you, and wherever you're going to go. It feels as if it's the right, it's within the right energy. It's the timing. The universe is like, okay, yeah, this is what you've been wanting for a while and you haven't gotten it, so it's time. Let's get you someplace where you're happier, healthier, better pay, and all of those things that sometimes we kind of get in that mindset where we think, yeah, right, better pay, I don't know anymore. And so so Archangel Michael and all of our guides here are telling us it's time to let go of those attachments. It's time to let go of those old thoughts and move into that energy of worthiness. It feels like you're really rising up to this victory here, to this victory, right? To move into victory, to do right by you, to, like I always say, stay on your own path, stay in your own lane. So it feels like the energy here is more about you claiming your happiness and your fulfillment and stability. So yes, definitely there is a divine intervention going on here, but there's also you allowing yourself to express yourself, who you really are. It's important that you embrace and honor your forward movement, up and out, bigger and better, blessed and prosperous. That's what I feel. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this reading for the work week, and the energies that come in regards to that. That's what's here, and that's what's around us. Change, big change in some cases. So I wish you all the best, and until next time, next reading is going to be a pick a card reading, probably this week, I think. I'm pretty sure it will be. So it'll probably be Wednesday or Thursday, just to let you know. But until next time, please enjoy your day, and so much love and light to all of you, and big hugs. Hug yourself. But until next time, namaste. Bye-bye.